Greetings, scribblers. Kent Sean here, and today we take a break from our usual writing masterclass to explore one of the most frightening subjects in the literary world.
Twilight fanfiction!
No, Bat James, that's not the topic.
Well, it's scary.
Tell them the real topic.
Working with an editor!
Thanks, Bat James. But before we get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss 1 second of heart-pounding writing action. As many of you know, I recently finished the first draft of my newest book, a sci-fi action novel called Charged. While that book is quietly settling in a digital drawer, I'm working hard on the rewrites for my novella, Blind Spot, which I plan to self-publish by the end of the year. While I've been a veritable first draft machine, I always put off what I consider the most terrifying aspect of preparing a piece for publication. Working with an editor. Here I'm speaking specifically of developmental editing. As most of you know, there are several levels of editing available to an author. Copy editing is, in my opinion, the least frightening. An editor suggests a better line, better paragraph breaks, and then the author either keeps those changes or doesn't. Developmental editing, on the other hand, is a process through which a complete stranger starts messing with my story, sometimes suggesting sweeping alterations like deleting or combining characters and other horrifying propositions that generally make me feel like my head is going to explode. So, to dip my scaredy-cat toe gently into these turbulent editing waters, I've decided to A, not work with a complete stranger, and B, start with something short. Enter the editor. Meet Bethany Votaw, a super talented freelance editor and author. I met Bethany right here on AUTHORTUBE on a live stream with my bald brother from another mother, Dr. Ranger Writing. And she was kind enough to join me on my first live stream, the Writers Roundtable, How to Get Started as a Writer. Links to those videos and Bethany's channel are in the description. It was easy to see from our conversations that Bethany had a real grasp of the craft of both editing and writing. I had an opportunity to read some of her work, and let me tell you, this lady's got real talent. And just like that, boom, I know an editor. Not a stranger, talented at writing and editing, and someone I trust. Then I decided to ask Bethany in a very professional manner to please, pretty please, with sugar on top, let me hire you to edit my short story, Lydia. After the first conversation with Bethany about the story, already the process was not what I expected. I was surprised to learn that, as an editor, Bethany doesn't just take on anyone that asks. Not the mercenary type. She makes sure that she's a good fit with the author's style, personality, and their level of competence. Even knowing Bethany, this conversation made me a little sweaty palmed. Mainly because of how important this story is to me. I kind of went into scribbling frenzy, and by the end of the afternoon, poof, I had a story. That was 5 years ago.
Man, you're old.
What was that?
Nothing.
Bethany has her work cut out for her. The manuscript I sent her is basically a second draft. I did come back to the story after the first draft and cut it by about 50% to where the story currently sits at a little over 5,000 words. I have done zero prose polishing, which I normally think I would do before I sent a novel to an editor. So there are bound to be some stinky lines and clunky phrases. Bethany, be gentle with me.
Wait a minute. You're not saying that Bethany is better than you, are you?
Yes. No. Maybe?
I don't get it. How's she gonna fix your writing if she isn't better?
For a lot of reasons, editing is a completely different skill than writing. In the hot gush of composition, a writer develops an emotional attachment to their story. This may keep us from being objective about what we've written. We need fresh eyes to see where our rose-colored glasses of attachment might be blinding us to some glaring problems. These light metaphors do anything for you?
Don't worry, Dad. Have you read Coffee with the Devil? Because I have, and she's definitely better than you.
Hey! Team Kent!
Yay!
So over the next few videos, I'm going to share the process from start to finish and post the results of our story on my website for anybody who wants to read. Bethany's going to make a series of videos that show the editorial side of the project. Hopefully seeing both of us go through the editorial process will help anyone out there that's not so sure about working with an editor. I'm not going to lie, Even working with Bethany, I'm still nervous. I think my worst fear is that she'll suggest a big change, and I won't know if it's for the better. What if the change she suggests is better, and I don't have the guts to make it?
Calm down, Dad. Old people get heart attacks.
If you don't follow Bethany Votaw, do yourself a favor and head over there right now. And don't forget, submissions are open for the awe-inspiring, cup-destroying, pencil-snapping, pen-draining, head-balding, metaphor-mangling, sentence-spewing short story competition. Abdoo! Enter your 5,000-word or less story for a chance to win. First place wins
$100.
Second and third place win.
$25.
Enter by July 1st. Winners announced August 1st. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and please come visit my website, kentshawn.com. Till next time, scribblers, butts in seats, fingers on keyboards. Fan fiction! Action.
That's in the next gag reel.